Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 bot AI cast versus AI. We have got another one of these matches. It's going to be Eris, the top custom bot, taking on a cheater, Insane AI. The built-in AI in Starcraft 2. So it's going to be an interesting match, that's for sure, to see how I guess, probably like 15-year-old Blizzard AI handles, how that handles a bot like Eris. Now, Eris is going to be at a bit of a disadvantage because these cheater AIs, they do actually get extra resources and extra units, I want to say. So that does kind of unbalance it a little bit. At the same time, I believe the bots do their speed mining. I'm not sure if Eris makes use of that. I think it does. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting match to see how well Eris does against a bot with the cheater advantage. So ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoy this one, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below that says more bots if you want to see more bots. I got my morning coffee here and I am ready to go to see how this match is going to work out. Generally, these bots, as far as I know in my experience playing them, they generally build up, go for an attack at like 4 or 5 minutes or something like that. And we'll see if that's going to be the case here or not with this cheater AI. It's currently getting out of second barracks, making just Marines and building up lots of resources. All the while, Eris is doing its usual thing. So we'll see if Eris is going to be able to handle this. It does Overlord Scout, sees the Marine, and then that Overlord skedaddles on out of there as fast as Overlords can skedaddle. And then a factory on the way for that cheater AI. Yeah, these cheater AIs definitely are something. Because I do remember playing custom games back in the day when I was newer to StarCraft 2. Like big 4v4s with friends against the AI. And it's like, man, they're not running out of money. They just have unlimited money, it seems like. And well, it kind of turns out they do. Even if they mine out their bases, they can send units for a long time. So we do have this cheater AI making 2 Marines at a time, getting out a factory, while Eris just getting out Ling speed. That third hatchery is up, so it's going to be able to start droning away. And then it's already got Lings out that are starting to scout on out. Eris will run into those Marines, which there's currently 6 of them, a starport on the way, a third rack's going on up, which is kind of crazy. And then a starport too, so there's going to be the potential for a lot of units to be made here by the cheater AI. Eris probably is basing its reaction off seeing those Marines, off seeing that it's just one base from the blue, I want to say bot. It is a bot, fundamentally. Like, it's called AI in the StarCraft 2 client, but it's a bot. It's a very interesting bot, the default AI. And yeah, so we have got a spine crawler on the way for Eris. It's getting ready for aggression coming its way. It's going for a baneling nest, interestingly enough. I feel like that's something we don't see a lot in these bot games. Like, it's almost always roaches. Maybe it's because of the matchup or because of seeing those Marines that Eris is going to say, yeah, let's blow those Marines up. Any AoE in these matches it's less effective because of the bot splitting. That being said, we still see big size storms, and we do see big AoE all the time in these bot games. There's a lot of Lings out for Eris now. It's 32 supply to 16. The Terran bot is going for Stim Pack Combat Shield. So it's going for like a 3-1-1 on one base. A Stim timing potentially. We'll see how well it'll micro potentially against these Banelings of Eris. It's also getting up 2 engineering bays behind this, which is ridiculous. No orbital command yet. So, I mean, the default bots definitely are interesting, and they march to the beat of their own drum. I do wonder if it is ever going to expand here or not. Whether it'll start its upgrades, it's got lots of resources in the bank to just constantly make units. It's even getting out a siege tank now, and it's building towards this push that these bots go for. 5 minutes in, 2 Marauders join this army, and yeah, I'm waiting to see when this attack is going to happen. Then SCV is moving down, possibly for a command center, and there it is. That's an interesting thing. If you look at the way that that bot functions versus the ones that people program, is that that bot walked to the natural and then built the command center. A lot of these bots, they queue up the command center, and that's how the SCV heads over there. So it's just little interesting things like that. Now we do have a 4th Rax going up for this cheater AI. It's getting out, yeah, just more and more Marauders, which will do okay against the Banelings. We'll see how well the Marines micro. Eris is up to 42 drones. If Eris is left alone for like another 2-3 minutes, it will be at like 60, 70 drones, being able to make a lot of stuff, which could be very problematic for the cheater AI, which is so far still just hanging on out. And the army supplies are fairly even. There's 1-1 upgrades on the way for the cheater AI. No orbital command. It's so bizarre. But, oh, okay, here we go. Looks like the attack could be commencing, or is it just moving down to secure its natural? Starts up an SCV, transfers the SCVs. It's going to be pushing onto creep, presumably, without any scans to clear up said creep, since it doesn't have any orbital commands yet for some reason. Yeah, the cheater AI just moves in, moves on out. Not a very successful attack. Interestingly enough, it does split up its Marines and Marauders, and the reason for that is that it wants to get the Overlord, and it's going to try to get the Overlord, and man, it's so funny. You don't really realize how derpy the in-game AI is until you watch a replay with them. Like, oh, it does actually have an orbital. Wait, where'd that scan come from? Ah, that did make the natural an orbital. Yeah, you don't realize how derpy the default AI is until you're watching a replay of them. Like, when you're playing against them, like, you're usually just busy defending against their attack, doing your own macro thing, but man, watching their replay, they do have their quirks, that's for sure. Still though, just this cheater AI pumping out lots and lots of units, getting out double armory behind this, as it's already got the 1-1 done. However, it is giving Eris a lot of time. The Zerg up to 5 bases. The Terran has yet to attack on in here. It's making Vikings, getting up another orbital command. I do wonder if it's like waiting for a scan or something. A Ling comes on in to attack that 3rd base. So this entire Terran army is going to go back on home to deal with that. And it's going to need to queue another SCV to defend that base. Does the default AI do that? Yes, it does. And that is a solid defense from the cheater AI, which now has Hellbats in this army. +2 on the way for the cheater. 1-1 on the way. Random Vikings being added into the mix. So it's just being able to produce a lot of units here. As, yeah, it's got quite a formidable force. I am wondering when it's going to attack. I'm curious if it's bottlenecked by its lack of detection or scans or anything like that. I'm gonna be a little sad if I don't get to see this attack happen. SCVs are being pulled to defend this command center, and that is gonna result in quite a few dead SCVs. They're being replaced, however, but this is completely pulling back the cheater AI, delaying an attack, it seems like, and I'm wondering when it's gonna go for this attack. It's also failing hard to defend that orbital command. Lurkers, Hydras now on the way for Eris. The cheater AI has, we'll have to see if it's able to scan that. A few Marauders and Hellbats did move in onto the creep and are just getting cleaned on up. The rest of the Terran force not moving in yet. Still just hanging on out. I guess these Lings are kind of pulling it around a little bit, which is one of the best ways to mess with AI. Just send in a couple of units and they tend to get distracted. However, Eris is actually electing to go for an attack. Pardon my observing, I missed the very start of that. We did, however, see Banelings just roll on in there, and I think I'm going to do one of my rare replay rewinds to see just exactly how that attack happened. Yeah, this cheater AI Just doing its thing, and all of a sudden, Banelings, Lurkers, and Hydras, there's a lot of Banelings there. There's quite a few Marauders in the force, so I'd say that that was like an on-par trade, as Eris immediately backs off after that engagement. It is, however, getting good work done at this third base, still harassing, and the Cheater AI is hanging on for now, but it is down quite a bit of supply, as, yeah, Eris is just doing its beastie macro thing, and with Infestors on the way, I'm getting a little bit concerned for the Cheater AI, because those fungals from Eris are nasty. These Medivacs are healing up all the bio. Oh my gosh, the Cheater AI bringing all of its units into the main base to kill a creep tumor down there from the high ground. That is just such an AI thing to do. Hive on the way for Eris, getting more upgrades going. Its macro is just very beastie. This third base is going to be getting run by once more, so the defense for the Cheater AI isn't really there. And I think on everyone's wish list for the next RTS to come out is for the default in-game Sc2 AI to be replaced with something like machine learning AI, like AlphaStar. Because imagine if you could just boot up and play against AlphaStar in the default client. I think that would be... I think we'll eventually get to that point with how much AI is being used in new video games and stuff. But if we ever got that in, say, a Starcraft 3, the default AI could look a lot better as a result. It would look more human. We do have the Eris doing its creep overlord signature thing. It's got some burrowed Banelings on the ramp, actually, interestingly enough. However, they get detected, so they immediately unburrow. The Cheater AI is moving in with an attack. It's got Hellbats with Blue Flame, cutting up a lot of the Lings, a lot of Marines and Marauders. It's microing those back against the Banelings. However, it split its army into two, and so it kind of allowed itself to be divided and conquered. The creep not quite all getting cleaned up there. A Scan also getting burned with a Raven in the mix too. The Cheater AI is holding on 3 bases for now. Eris looks like it's going to be mounting an attack pretty darn soon. And yeah, that Cheater AI wants to expand, but it's just not happening. So it's good to see that even the in-game AI has a hard time dealing with creep. As, yeah, we see a big attack coming for Eris. Lots of Banelings rolling in towards that third base. They will all be cleaned on up. Most of the Zerg force hasn't actually moved forward yet, and it is quite a defensive position for the Cheater AI. It's got quite a bit of bulk too. However, Blinding Cloud, double fungal growth going down from Eris, and oh my gosh, what a massacre. Oh, that was just a disaster. That was some gross spell usage by, that was just gross spell usage by Eris, and oh my gosh, I think Eris has just won this game, showing us that it is definitely better than the in-game Cheater AI. And wow, that was something. That was something. Oh my gosh, the spell usage is just crazy, and it goes to show that these bot authors have put a lot of work into their bots, probably more than the work that was put into the default Starcraft 2 AI, which, like, I mean, it's very impressive, the default Starcraft 2 AI, for all the things that it has to do. But, yeah, Eris is very, very impressive. And so, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this one, as we see a snipe go down, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel already if you haven't. You can ring that bell icon as well to get notified whenever I put up a new video or live stream, whatever it may be. Join the Discord, and consider becoming a YouTube member. You can check out that join button or link below to see the various perks there. And yeah, what a wash by Eris. So that is very darn cool. A battle cruiser got produced by the Cheater AI. So, I mean, it knows the BCs are good at least. However, it did not quite make it there. That's going to be the GG. I think we'll have to wait for all the buildings to be destroyed, though. GG.